Welcome back, everyone. Today, we're diving into the world of ultra-rare and valuable Australia old coins. And this time, it's all about the remarkable 2-cent piece that has captured the attention of collectors worldwide. Hidden in drawers, change jars, and old collections, this tiny copper coin holds a story that few people know. It's not just a piece of metal, it's a piece of history, packed with mystery, beauty, and surprising value. So let's uncover the secrets behind this fascinating Australian treasure. First coin. The 1966 Australia Elizabeth II 2-cent coin stands as one of the most intriguing and historically significant pieces in modern Australian numismatics. Though small in denomination, its legacy carries great weight among collectors due to its role in marking Australia's transition from the pre-decimal system to decimal currency. Even in a very dirty or circulated state, this coin has become a sought-after collectible, symbolizing a pivotal era in the nation's economic history. Its appeal extends far beyond its face value. Collectors admire it for its detailed design, its connection to Queen Elizabeth II's early reign, and the nostalgic sentiment it evokes from the time of Australia's decimal revolution in 1966. The 2-cent coin was introduced as part of Australia's first decimal currency issue on February 14, 1966, an event widely celebrated as Decimal Day. This coin replaced the old penny-based system and was minted at a time when Australia sought to modernize its economy and simplify trade. Produced primarily at the Royal Australian Mint in Canberra, the coin's introduction reflected both technological progress and a deep respect for national identity. The year 1966 was monumental in Australian coinage, and the 2-cent piece was among the first to bear the new decimal denomination, making it a cornerstone for collectors who value transitional issues that represent historical shifts in currency. What makes this coin particularly special is its design, a masterpiece that blends artistry with symbolism. The obverse side features a youthful portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, created by Arnold Machen, one of the most respected coin designers of the 20th century. Her image is encircled by the inscription, Elizabeth II Australia 1966, capturing the dignity and grace of her reign. The reverse side, designed by Stuart Devlin, depicts the frilled-neck lizard, an iconic Australian reptile chosen to showcase the continent's unique wildlife. Struck in bronze, the coin measures 21.59 in diameter and weighs 5.2 grams. Its reddish-brown tone, when clean, gleams with a warm metallic hue, but even in very dirty condition, traces of its elegant craftsmanship are visible to the trained eye. While millions of these coins were minted in 1966, not all were created equal. Certain varieties and minting errors have become exceedingly rare, dramatically increasing the coin desirability. Collectors often seek coins with die cracks, off-center strikes, or misaligned lettering, imperfections that transform ordinary circulation pieces into valuable treasures. Moreover, coins that escaped heavy circulation and remain in near-mint or proof-like condition are especially prized. Even a 1966 2-cent coin found in a very dirty state may still command attention if it shows signs of a unique minting variety or subtle differences in detail that set it apart from the rest. The market value of a 1966 Australia Elizabeth II 2-cent coin can vary widely depending on its condition and rarity. For most circulated examples, the price remains modest, but rare error coins and uncirculated pieces can bring surprisingly high premiums. In recent collector markets, certain varieties in pristine condition have sold for around $1,200 to $4,600, particularly those with notable minting flaws or proof-like finishes. Even well-worn or dirty examples with identifiable errors can be valued between $700 and $1,800, reflecting how scarcity and historical context can elevate a coin's worth beyond its original face value. The growing global interest in vintage Australian coinage continues to support these strong market prices. For collectors looking to add this coin to their holdings, identifying authenticity and quality is key. A thorough visual inspection under magnification can reveal telltale signs of mint errors, while professional grading services such as PCGS or NGC can verify condition and authenticity. When handling older coins, especially those found in dirty or corroded states, it's important not to clean them aggressively, as improper cleaning can drastically reduce their market value. Instead, gentle preservation and proper storage in a climate-controlled environment or coin holder will help maintain their integrity over time. Attending numismatic shows, joining collector forums, and monitoring auction listings can also increase one's chances of discovering rare varieties. The appeal of the 1966 Australia Elizabeth II 2-cent coin lies not only in its rarity and design, but in its deep connection to a transformative chapter in Australian history. It bridges the old world of pounds and shillings with the new decimal system, symbolizing economic progress and cultural identity. For new collectors, it represents an affordable yet meaningful entry point into the world of Australian numismatics, while for seasoned enthusiasts, it offers a tangible reminder of the nation's evolving coinage artistry and minting heritage. In conclusion, the 1966 Australia Elizabeth II 2-cent coin remains an enduring symbol of transition, artistry, and national pride. Its detailed craftsmanship, historic relevance, and occasional rare varieties make it one of the most captivating coins of its generation. Whether valued at $900 or climbing close to $4,500, depending on its rarity and condition, this humble coin continues to captivate collectors worldwide. Even in a very dirty state, it tells a story of resilience and heritage, one that links modern Australia to the roots of its numismatic legacy, and ensures that this tiny bronze piece remains a treasure in every sense of the word. Next coin. The 1980 Australia Elizabeth II 2-cent coin. Though it might seem like just another ordinary bronze piece, collectors around the world are starting to realize that this tiny coin carries far more value than its humble appearance suggests, especially when found in its original circulated or even dirty condition. Certain variations of this coin have proven to be worth thousands of dollars to the right collector. So if you've ever spotted one hiding in your old coin jar, stick around. This might just be your lucky find. The story of the 1980 Australia Elizabeth II 2-cent coin begins at a time when Australia's coinage was transitioning into a new era of precision minting. The Royal Australian Mint, already known for its commitment to quality and design excellence, continued to produce bronze coins featuring Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse and the elegant frilled neck lizard on the reverse, a design that had captured the nation's identity since decimalization in 1966. The year 1980 marked a period when the mint refined its technology, leading to subtle variations in strike quality, metal composition, and even rim details. While millions of these coins were produced for circulation, only a few came out with distinctive die errors and striking anomalies, making them incredibly valuable today. When it comes to design, the obverse of the coin proudly displays the second portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by Arnold Machin, capturing the regal poise and grace of Her Majesty during her early reign. The reverse features the iconic frilled neck lizard, a creature native to Australia and symbolizing resilience and uniqueness. Sculpted by Stuart Devlin, the reverse design is instantly recognizable, showing the lizard mid-motion, its frill extended in a defensive pose. On a well-preserved example, the fine details of the scales, frill texture, and tail curvature are sharp and refined. Even in dirty or heavily circulated condition, collectors can appreciate the craftsmanship and artistry that went into this tiny bronze masterpiece. Rarity is where this coin's true value shines. Though the 1982 cent was produced in large quantities, specific varieties and error coins are what make it stand out. Some coins display weak strikes, double-die obverse errors, or misaligned planchets, all of which drastically increase their desirability. Moreover, coins that have survived in relatively good condition, despite being found dirty, oxidized, or discolored, are becoming scarcer as collectors clean out circulation. The number of uncleaned coins that still carry their original patina from the 1980s is surprisingly low, making these pieces highly sought after for numismatists who value authenticity and natural wear over artificial shine. Collectors today prize the 1980 Australia 2-cent coin not just for its design or condition, but for the story it tells about the era it represents. It embodies the final chapter of Australia's bronze coinage before copper-plated steel compositions and design changes started reshaping modern issues. The fascination around these coins has grown due to the discovery of minting anomalies and regional circulation patterns, with certain varieties found only in small batches distributed in specific Australian states. This scarcity has driven demand up sharply in recent years, placing the 1980 issue among the most collectible of all post-1970 Australian 2-cent pieces. Now, let's talk about what everyone wants to know, its market value. Depending on the type, condition, and rarity of the era, a 1980 Australia Elizabeth II 2-cent coin can command anywhere from around $750 for a moderately circulated piece to as high as $4,600 for an uncleaned era coin in premium dirty condition, with visible die doubling or misstrike features. Coins that retain original luster beneath the dirt, or those with well-defined relief, have fetched even higher amounts in specialized auctions. It's astonishing to think that a coin once worth just 2 cents can now sell for thousands of dollars simply because of its rarity and preservation. A true testament to the hidden treasures often overlooked in common collections. If you're planning to start collecting or already own a 1980 2-cent coin, here are some important tips to consider. Always examine both sides under proper lighting to check for double details, rim irregularities, or surface indentations that could signal an error strike. Avoid cleaning the coin, as natural dirt and patina often enhance its authenticity and value. Coins graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC tend to perform better in the market, especially when labeled as error or rare strike. And don't forget to check estate sales, flea markets, and inherited coin jars. You'd be surprised how often these rare little coins go unnoticed in family collections or old wallets. In conclusion, the 1980 Australia Elizabeth II 2-cent coin represents more than just a small piece of metal. It's a historical artifact from an era when craftsmanship and national pride were at the forefront of Australian coin design. Its rarity, intricate detail, and potential value make it a standout piece for both seasoned collectors and newcomers alike. Whether found in pristine or dirty condition, this coin tells a story of time, transformation, and hidden worth. So keep your eyes open, because the next coin you discover could be another hidden gem from Australia's past. And coming up next, we'll be exploring another extraordinary Australian coin that might just surprise you with its incredible value, so stay tuned. Third coin. The 1981 edition has gained a strong reputation for its rarity, production quirks, and the allure that comes from its association with the final years of Australia's beloved low-denomination copper coins. Even in a very dirty condition, a genuine rare variety of this coin can attract serious collector attention, and in pristine or high-grade examples, its worth can reach up to around $3,200, depending on its quality and distinguishing characteristics. When the 1981 2-cent coin was minted, Australia was undergoing a subtle but meaningful shift in its monetary system. The copper coins introduced in 1966 were starting to show their age, and the Royal Australian Mint was experimenting with refining minting techniques to improve quality and consistency. This particular year was significant because production was carried out both at the Royal Australian Mint in Canberra and, notably, at the Lantricent Mint in Wales to meet high demand. This international collaboration led to slight variations between coins, differences that would later become key identifiers for collectors and specialists. The 1981 issue marked one of the final periods before the 2-cent denomination began its decline in circulation, making it historically symbolic of the end of an era in Australian coinage. The coin's design itself is a work of subtle artistry and national symbolism. The obverse bears the familiar portrait of Queen Elizabeth II by Arnold Machin, a regal image that exudes the grace and authority of the monarchy. On the reverse side lies the intricately detailed frilled neck lizard, a design by Stuart Devlin that embodies the distinctive wildlife of Australia. Crafted from bronze with a composition of 97% copper, 2.5% zinc, and 0.5% tin, the coin measures approximately 21.6 in diameter and weighs around 3.24 grams. Despite its small size, the artistry behind this coin captures both the strength of Australia's natural identity and the refinement of mid-20th century numismatic design. One of the most intriguing aspects of the 1981 2-cent coin is its rarity in certain varieties. While millions were minted for circulation, only a limited number were struck at the Lantricent Mint, which used slightly different dies, resulting in subtle yet collectible distinctions. Some coins show variations in the thickness of the rim or the alignment of the obverse and reverse, details that escape casual observation but are critical to numismatic specialists. Moreover, error coins from this year, such as off-center strikes, double dies, or planchet flaws, have been reported and can significantly raise a coin's value. Even coins in a heavily circulated or dirty condition may still hold appeal if such rare traits are present. In terms of market value, the 1981 Australia Elizabeth II 2-cent coin can command impressive prices in today's collector market. A regular circulated example might fetch between $800 and $1,200, but uncirculated or high-grade specimens with minting anomalies or provenance can reach up to $3,200 or more. Coins verified as Lantricent Mint issues or those exhibiting die varieties often achieve premium prices at auctions, particularly when graded by professional services such as PCGS or NGC. Over the past few years, there has been growing interest among collectors in Australian bronze coins, which has led to a steady appreciation in their market value. For collectors aiming to secure this coin, attention to detail is essential. Always examine the coin for distinguishing features like die alignment, rim thickness, or subtle design variations on the frilled lizard. Investing in professional grading is highly recommended, as authenticated and encapsulated coins tend to retain higher market confidence. To preserve the coin's natural patina and value, avoid cleaning it. Even if it appears very dirty, improper cleaning can significantly reduce its worth. The best approach is to store it in a temperature-controlled environment, ideally in a protective holder or capsule to prevent further oxidation. Collectors who manage to obtain a high-quality 1981 2-cent coin often find themselves holding not just a small bronze piece, but a slice of Australian history. Its story reflects a transitional phase in the nation's coinage and embodies the craftsmanship of a bygone era when even everyday currency carried artistic and cultural weight. The combination of modest mintage, international production, and distinctive design makes it a cornerstone collectible within the Australian decimal series. In conclusion, the 1981 Australia Elizabeth II 2-cent coin remains one of the most appealing treasures for both novice and seasoned collectors alike. Its historical importance, coupled with its aesthetic charm and growing scarcity, ensures that its value will continue to rise as time passes. Whether found in a dusty old collection or purchased from a professional dealer, owning this coin represents more than just financial investment. It is an opportunity to preserve a tangible piece of Australia's cultural and numismatic heritage. In today's market, rare examples can still fetch as much as $3,200, reminding us that even the smallest coins can carry the greatest stories. Last coin, the 1983 Australia Elizabeth II 2-cent coin. At first glance, this little copper piece might look ordinary, especially when it's covered in dirt or tarnish from decades of circulation. But behind that worn surface lies an incredible story of rarity, minting mystery, and collector demand that has transformed this humble 2-cent piece into a prized gem of numismatic history. Whether you're a beginner or a long-time collector, this coin's tale will leave you amazed by how something so small can hold such remarkable value in today's market. The 1983 Australia 2-cent coin was minted during a transitional period in Australian currency history, a time when the Royal Australian Mint was adjusting to changing coinage production volumes and preparing for shifts in demand. Although millions of these coins were produced, very few from that specific year have survived in collectible condition, especially those that were struck sharply or preserved without minting flaws. The early 1980s also marked a decline in the circulation of lower denomination coins, making some issues from this era surprisingly scarce in high grades. Many were melted, worn out, or discarded over time, leaving only a handful of well-preserved examples that attract serious attention today. Looking closely at the coin's design, you'll find the familiar portrait of Queen Elizabeth II on the obverse, designed by Arnold Machin. This depiction captures Her Majesty's elegance with fine detailing in the crown and facial features, reflecting the precision of Australia's minting standards at the time. On the reverse side, the graceful frilled neck lizard designed by Stuart Devlin spreads across the surface, symbolizing Australia's unique wildlife heritage. The lizard's intricate scales and raised texture are particularly striking on well-preserved coins, but even in dirty or heavily circulated examples, the artistry remains visible. For collectors, these design details make the coin both a cultural emblem and a miniature work of art. Now, when it comes to rarity, the 1983 2-cent coin holds a special place among collectors due to the limited number of examples that remain in near-pristine or uncleaned original condition. Over the years, most coins from this era were exposed to rough handling, corrosion, and environmental damage. However, even heavily soiled or dirty coins can hold surprising value if the key design elements and date remain legible. A coin in extremely fine or uncirculated condition can command premium prices, especially if it shows minimal surface wear or strong original luster. Those that exhibit unique tunning or an unusual minting flaw, such as weak strikes or slight die errors, can be worth even more to specialists seeking truly rare specimens. Collectors across Australia and beyond continue to seek out the 1983 Elizabeth II 2-cent coin because it represents a fading chapter in the country's copper coinage series. These coins were officially withdrawn from circulation in the early 1990s, and their disappearance has only heightened demand. What makes the 1983 issue stand out is its combination of low surviving numbers, distinctive design appeal, and connection to the end of an era. Enthusiasts who collect by year or by portrait variations often prize this coin for completing their sets. Even among seasoned numismatists, the coin's scarcity in top condition makes it one of the more challenging and desirable pieces to obtain. In today's collector market, a 1983 Australia Elizabeth II 2-cent coin in average circulated condition can fetch around $850, while a well-preserved example with fine detail and minimal wear can rise to about $2,400. Coins that have been professionally graded as uncirculated or mint state are known to reach up to $4,700 depending on the depth of color, strike quality, and originality of the surfaces. Even very dirty coins, once cleaned carefully by experts, have sold for impressive sums when presented at auction. It's important to note that condition and rarity go hand in hand. The fewer high-grade examples that exist, the more valuable each coin becomes. If you're hopping to find one yourself, keep an eye out in old Australian coin collections, estate sales, and even forgotten change jars. Always handle potential finds carefully and avoid harsh cleaning methods that can damage the coin's surface. Professional grading services can help verify authenticity and assess condition, which can significantly increase the coin's value. Look for coins that retain sharp edges, visible date markings, and strong detail on both sides. These are the features that buyers and collectors are willing to pay the most for. Even if your coin appears very dirty, don't dismiss it. Some of the most valuable discoveries come from coins that look ordinary at first glance. In conclusion, the 1983 Australia Elizabeth II 2-cent coin stands as a hidden treasure of Australian numismatics, a coin that tells a story of heritage, artistry, and enduring worth. Its rarity, combined with its distinctive design and historical context, makes it a must-have for serious collectors and a fascinating discovery for newcomers to the hobby. So if you come across one of these coins, hold on to it tightly. You might just be holding a piece of history worth several $1,000s. And stay tuned, because in our next video, we'll be uncovering another extraordinary Australian coin that has surprised experts with its incredible market value and captivating backstory. You won't want to miss it.